Okay, over the weekend, Jerome Blake solidified his position as Canada's fastest male track and field athlete with a new championship record in the 200 meters following his exceptional showing in the 100 meter earlier this year. So we'd like to welcome Jerome Blake joining us live in person now after exciting victories at the Canadian Track and Field Championships in Ottawa. Good morning, Jerome. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I know you've been working up to moments like these your whole life. Your favorite quote from Muhammad Ali talking about hard work, or through hard work and dedication, you can achieve. So when you broke that record, 19.95 seconds in the 200 meter, what did it feel like?
It was actually quite funny because after getting disqualified from the 100, it was more or less I had to rechannel all the energy I had for the 100 meters into the 200 meters and just know that when I go out there, I knew I'm going to have to run really, really hard because I know Aaron's on the outside of me and I know he's a very good turn runner. So I know if I get off the turn and I'm even with him, I'm bigger and I'm stronger. So, hey,
yeah.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, Aaron Brown, I mean, of course, your teammate in the 4x100 meter event at the Paris Games when you guys took gold. That moment was unbelievable. We were there watching you live. I mean, so many fans in Canada. That was I think that was one of the key moments for us in the games, along with Summer McIntosh. That was wow, we did it. When you look back at the Paris Games, does that feel like a long time to you? Does that feel like a dream?
Almost, but it's one of those things where you work so hard for those moments so that you don't really lose them. But it's something that lives with you forever, and you look forward for the next thing. And then the next thing is, for me, is the World Championships and going to Canadian trials this past weekend and solidify my spot and become the second fastest Canadian of all time over 200 meters. For me, is a very special thing. Yeah,
it's a big deal. And now you can focus on these individual events. These are some photos from Canada House when you guys just won the medal. I mean, and at the 2020 games, you guys took silver. So it's that's in your second Olympic appearance, you're an Olympic gold medalist. What are your hopes for Los Angeles 2028? I know a lot of speculation. Are you guys going to be the same relay team? But for yourself, are you going to be laser focused on the 200 meter, the 100 meter?
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone's goal, to be good in an individual event and be, Olympic champion over in an individual event. So that's my goal, just continue to work and progress and get better. And I know that I have the work ethic and I have the talent as well to do that. So for me, it's just focusing on that. And yeah, I'm very excited for it. That's all I got to say. I don't really want to put too much pressure on myself, but yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, you seem to have a really happy, chill disposition. I mean, you're from Kelowna, BC, but originally from Buff Bay, Jamaica. And you said the reason you wanted to get into who inspires you is Donovan Bailey when you talked about Atlanta 1996. But your story is interesting because you were actually watching your brother play soccer, just, doing speed runs on the track and someone scouted you.
Yeah, I was just hanging out. This is actually 3 days after moving to Kelowna.
Okay, so it was in Kelowna.
Yeah, it's 3 days, and then I met Pat, who's the head coach of the Okanagan Athletics Club there, and that's kind of how it all started. And she was like, "I think you could be really good at this," and I was like, "I don't know," but she's always been so inspirational for me. I remember we were watching the 2016 Rio Games, and she's like, "Don't worry, you're gonna be in Tokyo. You're gonna be in Tokyo in 2020."
Wow.
And I was like, "No shot," but because there's no blueprint, right? So the Olympics is one of those things where you can't really say, if I do these 5 things, I'll go to the Olympics.
Right.
For instance, if you want to go to the NHL, you have to go through high school, then you go to college, and then you get drafted, and then you're in the NHL. But it's one of those things with the Olympics. It's just you work really hard, and hopefully you go to the championships and make the team.
Oh, gosh.
So it's a very hard thing to really say you're going to do, but once you do it, then it becomes more enlightened to you, and then you know what to do after that.
Oh, my gosh. And, Jerome, you're not just a superstar track athlete. You've got your eyes set on other things in entertainment, acting, comedy. Tell us who Jerome is, when you're not, working out or training towards world championship records. What do you like to do aside from, running?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like every regular guy, well, not regular, but I tend to say I'm regular. But of course, I try to do very chill stuff. Once I'm away from the track, I'm, either at a coffee shop or I'm working on something with some of my friends. I do a lot of charity work as well. We have a charity called Stepping Stones, and the next one called Rising Stars. So we do a lot of giving back to the community and do kids camps in the summer, teaching kids how to do, whether it's like speed work or just, regular things. And we do like something called Stepping Out with the Pros, where we'll try to invite use my connections, leverage that, and try to get some professional athletes to come in and hang out with the little kids, because it's one of those things where you see the people you look up to on television, but you never really get to meet them.
Right.
So for us, connecting those dots and letting some of these kids know that regardless of where you're from, and if you look up to these people, you can go there too. You can go where they are. You can meet them, and understand the amount of work that they put in to get where they are. So for me, it's doing something like that and connecting people is one of my strong suits. So I try to do it as much as possible.
I really love to hear that.
Yeah.
That is great and so inspirational. Jerome Blake, now the fastest Canadian in the 100 and 200 meters. We are cheering for you.
Thank you.
And can't wait for 2028. But congratulations on all your success.
Thank
what
you
a
so
pleasure
much.
meeting
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
pleasure.